Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the immediate reaction video here at the Shots Fired Podcast DFW as your Cowboys beat the Detroit Lions 20-19 in an absolute nail biter. I hate to admit it, but a bit off my nails because this team don't know how to just put their foot on another team's neck and make the plays when they need to be made. So ultimately, the Cowboys win. They move to 11-4.
11-5.
Yeah,
11-5. 11-5. And we see what Philadelphia does. And we have the Commanders next week. Boys, let's get right into it. Jay, you didn't get to join us for the predictions preview. I'm gonna start with you, man. What did you think about the game tonight?
Closer than it should have been. I'll say that.
Man.
I don't know what it is with our team, but they feel like they have to play these last couple of teams really, really close, and it shouldn't be like that. If we are the Cowboys that we say we are, and we should be dominant, not in my opinion, but we're not. I'm glad CD had a big game. Happy for him. Happy he broke that record. Michael Irvin, his record. Other than that, our defense can't stop a run offense to save their life. I mean, we watched the same game. They weren't stopping them. They weren't.
It's your go. Go ahead.
So you can disagree with me all you want. I know what I saw. We weren't stopping them. So I don't know what we need to do coming up with the Commanders, but we got to do something, because if not,
we got to win.
I mean, decisively, though. Look, let's not do this close BS. Do it decisively. So
I don't think we will, and I'll tell you why when it's my go.
But that's go if you.
So for me, I do think we made some phenomenal plays defensively, especially against the run. Late in the game, they got some good yardage on the run, but for the most part, when it was nut cutting time, the Cowboys were stopping the run. I think the biggest problem we had was we played a lot of soft pass defense, and we weren't getting a lot of pressure on Goff. And I mean, if you give him time, he's gonna kind of pick you apart. Shout out Jordan Lewis for the pick, and I believe it was
Donovan Wilson.
Wilson on the second one.
Blaine, not Blaine.
No, we had two.
Yeah, just two.
CD had a phenomenal game. Ties Michael's record with 111 catches on a 92-yard beater. And then to beat the record, he fumbles into the end zone for a touchback. So, I mean, it's you didn't know what you were going to get, but that's okay. I mean, I think he also beat Michael's single season yards record as well tonight. Had over 230 yards, almost 240, I believe. Seals the game with a hands team catch on the onside kick. And for me, you still have a lot of questions offensively. Run game abysmal. Like,
bro,
I don't know. I can't blame it all on Pollard, because when he's getting the handoff and getting tackled as he's getting the ball, that's not just Tony Pollard, man. That's not a Tony Pollard only problem.
It's an offensive line problem.
You definitely have problems at offensive line. Tyler Smith hurt. Don't love to see that.
Nope.
Terrence Steele getting beat don't love to see
Bro.
that.
No.
Tyron Smith getting beat by Detroit's premier pass rusher. I mean, he got beat, but all in all, man, we needed this win. You don't style point a win. You take it how you can. Now, I'll tell you this. When Detroit got the first 2-point conversion, they looked like they won the game. I was like, oh my God, bro. What the hell just happened? And
Yeah,
then
coach.
they showed all kinds of replays of like the guy not checking in and nobody was covering him and all that. So they bring it back. Micah jumps off sides because he
Oh my
can't hold his
God.
water, gives him back the yardage, and then ultimately Jared Goff does Jared Goff things and we win the game. But man, there was just a lot to cover. Jimmy Johnson going into the ring. We can talk about that after everybody gives their analysis. But the reason why I was saying, Jay, I don't think we'll win decisively next week is because we might not even play our starters next week. Honestly, if Philly wins tomorrow, we won't play our starters, but maybe a quarter or a half. We're just gonna make sure everybody's healthy. So just my opinion. But Trill, I'll let you go, brother. What did you think about the game?
Well, what questions do you have offensively?
So offensively for me is communication. How are we going to get that straightened out? Because we're going to play on the road and we were at home and the communication among the offensive line, you could hear it all night on the broadcast. Dak's like, you have so-and-so, Tony, you have this guy. Like he's directing as much as he can. You can't do that on the road. So we have to figure out some way to get that fixed, especially because we're not in our confines. So I don't know how we're gonna get that communication cleaned up, and then also clock management, man. That's the other one. How we're gonna get that squared away?
So regarding the game, I think that the players look damn good other than the offensive line. I mean, I've sat here this season and said that we just don't have a run game, and we don't have a run game. Whether it be Malik Battle, Deuce Vaughn, or Tony Pollard, we need a bruiser style type back
Oh.
for the
Yeah.
offensive style that we need to run or that we play. Um,
Just to throw a quick stat out there, we had 21 attempts for 61 yards. So that that's not gonna cut it.
that ain't gonna cut it.
Oof.
And again, that's not the shit on Tony Pollard. I don't think he's just trash, but and part of this is the offensive line, and you could tell that they're kind of in disarray right now. We got Tyron Smith back, Tyler Smith hurt. Terrence Steele, he looked like a turnstile. He just giving up everything. I'm not really worried about Dak. Dak looked good. The receivers look pretty good. I think we saw some miscommunication a few times between him and CD, him and Cooks, which I think they'll clean that up. That I'm not really worried about that. Defensively, I don't really have any questions defensively. Like we played keep away, which is what we were attempting to do, keep everything in front of us, but we let them drive down the field.
Yeah.
The reality of the situation is this should have never even come down to that 2-point conversion that they got, then didn't get.
Nope.
Or they got, then got a penalty, then we gave them a penalty, and then they didn't get it. It shouldn't have come down to that. Mike McCarthy should not have thrown the ball 3 times the drive before and let them keep that time out. And we should have ended the game right there. Even with an abysmal run game, we run the ball, even if it's for no yards, keep the clock going, make them use their timeouts, take a knee, pick up a first down, take a knee. But again, his game management skills or clock management, at the worst time, it's going to come back and bite us in the ass. And I hate to say it. So we can give him all the accolades and praise for how the offense looks, how Dak looks this year. But that don't fall on the players to be like, let's throw the ball 3 times in this situation. Now, what I can say is I can give a little bit of credence to Dak and just be like, bro, call a run play. Understand the situation, audible out, get to a run play. But I get that you can't override, like you don't want to override the head coach and cause friction. So at the end of the day, Julio, his favorite term, a win is a win is a win.
A win is a win is a win, baby. Let's go.
But yeah, man, I just think that Mike McCarthy's game and clock management at the worst time is gonna come back and bite us in the ass, man.
That is possible. That is possible.
Yep.
Julito.
Oh man, where to begin? Where to begin? Well, I have to, give credit where credit is due. Again, like T just said, a win is a win is a win, and we won the game. It wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't the game that I expected. I know that I had called in the previous podcast that we'd win by a 40 burger, but there was no 40 burgers tonight.
Boy, you a 40
None.
burger every week.
Whatsoever. But at least we are still undefeated at home. A lot of the things that I took away from the game that I agree with you guys as far as the offensive line goes, we need help. We need to figure something out really, really quick with the offensive line, because from the fact that we can't get our run game going, from the fact that we can't give Dak enough time in the pocket to be able to go through his progressions, to be able to make proper throws to those receivers that we utilize as much, just like CD, just like Brandon Cooks. I mean, we need to have that going into the postseason. And right now, from what I can see right now, that doesn't look good whatsoever. As far as the defense goes, Jay, I hear what you're saying, but for the most part, we did a solid job on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
There was I think the commentators even commented towards the end of the game, once they started making that final drive, that was the first time throughout the entire game that they actually started playing soft and started pulling off of the receivers, which caused them to allow the offense to make those plays that they were making. Why they made that adjustment, I have no freaking clue. Dan Quinn should have just been like, just stay as dogs and stay on top of your receivers.
That's why we got beat last week. Same thing.
Man.
Dan Quinn calling that soft ass defense at the end of the game.
So I'm going to take a note out of T's book, and this is a coaching thing. Defensively and offensively. Mike McCarthy, with his time management, I also agree with that as far as making those dumbass calls, as far as trying to pass the ball instead of running the damn ball, running out the clock, making them use their timeouts. Bro, to me, it's like, come on, man. You have to play smarter football, especially when we're going into the postseason, when we're going into the playoffs. We have to play smarter football. Right now, this whole trying to act like we're Achilles or whatnot, that we're the baddest motherfucker on the planet when we're not right now. We need to play smarter football. We just have to. And if we fail to do that, don't be surprised. Again, if Joe said, if Philly ends up winning this week, don't be surprised if we end up pulling everybody just to rest everybody, make sure that everybody's good. But for the most part, I mean, if they don't win, what are you going to do then? How are you going to respond to that?
Bro,
so
if we can get the rest of the defense to show up like Tank Lawrence has the last few weeks.
Oh my Lord, bro. Tank Lawrence has been phenomenal in the run game. He has been a presence, and a lot of people don't talk about him a lot because, of course, Micah's been the one that's outshining everybody else. But here lately, Tank has been taking the show on the defensive side of the ball, especially when it comes to the run game, especially when it comes to rushing the passer. He's the first guy that's getting back there damn near 90% of the time. So for me, I'm not going to take nothing away from Tank. Tank has been doing an outstanding job. even if he's flying under the radar, I want him to continue to do that. I want him to continue to keep pushing the defense because I can tell that he's the one now pushing everybody to go, hey, come on, we got this shit. Let's get this. Let's hit a motherfucker in the face, like he said, and keep hitting them until they quit. So yeah, man. It's a win is a win is a win. It's not a pretty win, but I'm loving the fact that we won today.
Hey, we ain't had a sack this. We didn't have a sack today, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
We
we
didn't
did.
have a sack last week.
Oh no, we did. We did.
did?
DA got one in the start of the game.
Oh, okay. Bro, yeah, because our sack numbers have gone down these last few weeks, bro. It's been no sacks.
We hadn't had no
Honestly.
turnovers in the last couple games either.
Yeah.
We
got
finally
what,
got a
2
turnover.
today?
Yep.
2 today? Yeah.
Now it kind of made me upset that Dak threw one. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, come on, Dak.
Well, I'm just glad it was early. They didn't get nothing off of that though, did they?
No,
Or
they
was it
didn't.
3?
And
Yeah, they
that
didn't get
and that's
nothing
the
off that.
beautiful thing is that
So-
we're doing what we need to do, making the mistakes that we needed to make early in the game, and we're making the adjustments later on in the game. I think it was one of the things that we brought up in the previous podcast, that we don't make proper adjustments towards the end of the game, and that's what causes us to lose some of these games. And now I can see them making those adjustments properly, even though the Dan Quinn's dumbass couldn't get his head out of his ass and make those adjustments
Hey,
on
bro.
the defensive side of the
I
ball.
can't let you sit on Dan Quinn like that, bro.
And no,
It's not
I'm gonna
his
shit
fault.
on him because
It's
again,
Mike
we
McCarthy's
played
fault for
man to
throwing the
man.
fucking ball
No.
3 times,
We
bro.
played man to man the entire fucking game. And
Bro,
then
every
we give the ball
defense has
back
a
to them.
package to keep nothing cheap, nothing deep, bro. Every defense
it doesn't
has.
We
fucking
gave up
matter.
all the cheap. What are you talking about?
We gave them everything, bro.
Yeah,
No,
but we
fuck
wouldn't
that.
have been in
We
that
should have played
situation
man
if we
to
didn't
man
throw the
just
fucking
like
ball
that.
3 times.
And should have still stopped their asses before, not even letting them score another fucking touchdown to where they had an opportunity to make.
I'm gonna say this: when T and I were doing the podcast, I think we were still doing it just he and I. And I told him, man, I'm so excited. Like we're bringing in Dan Quinn to run this defense. And he was like, Dan Quinn sucks. Fuck Dan Quinn. I was like, I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I
good, bro.
was.
And now he's defending him. Like Dan Quinn ain't really
Bro,
out here
it's
playing.
not even defending him, bro. You can't put the blame on him when we wouldn't have been in that situation if we did not throw the fucking ball 3 times.
You're right.
And stop the clock.
You still got
You're
a
right.
job to do,
We
fam.
would
You still
not
got a
have been
job
in
to
that
do.
situation.
Exactly.
So
Regardless, you still
you
have to
taking
do something with
the
it.
blame from McCarthy and covering up for him to
Absolutely
place it at the
not.
feet of Dan Quinn.
No.
McCarthy's just as responsible for putting him in
Yeah.
that hole, but at the same time, yeah, you're in that hole. What are you going to do about a defense?
Exactly. And then if you don't make the proper adjustments and you're decided to in the last quarter to be like, oh, you know what? This quarter we'll play soft.
We manned up
this
on the
series.
final 2-point play.
Exactly. And we made a fucking stop.
He figured it out.
Come on, man.
He figured it out.
Come on.
He only needed 3 tries. Not bad.
Hey, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Y'all coach the type of coach that would have went out there when we took that knee and went out there and threw a 30-yard bomb to CD to try to put a staple in it. Like
I would have.
He just, bro, his clock management, bro, it's fucking horrible, bro. And I cannot. I don't know how many times I've said that and how many times Joe has tried to take up for him. And more we start to see, like, bro, this dude really does not understand. Stop throwing the ball, bro. Stop.
It's the same problem we had under Kellen that he said he didn't want to deal with, and bro, he lied.
He said he was gonna run the ball more.
He lied.
He lied, just like he lied when he got the job, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I told him I was watching football, but I really, I didn't watch a lot of football."
Bro, he was just a regular person lying to get a job, like lying in interviews, just make it sound nice.
Yeah, just gussy it up a little bit, but it's what he's
Jerry with some nachos and beer.
Yeah, spending the night at Jerry's house.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying is, he said he wanted to change the situational awareness. He's like, I don't need Kellen trying to score a whole bunch of points when all we need to do was just kill the clock. But that's what he's doing. Now
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe that was because he was like, I don't feel like
Bro.
a touchdown lead is
Bro.
enough, or a 3-point lead is enough. I don't know what the mentality is. I can't defend it because at the end of the day is we should have ran that clock. We should have made them burn their timeouts and gone from there. Whatever the chips are that land, but
Bro, this been the same issue from when he was in Green Bay.
Oh,
And then when he came his first few years here, and
way to
then
go,
I mean,
Kellen.
obviously now, like
It's Kellen Moore, bro.
like y'all, like it's not Kellen, bro. It wasn't Kellen. It's not Kellen this year. Kellen ain't here.
It's Schottenheimer.
Kellen ain't here, bro.
No, it's not
Common
Schottenheimer.
denominator.
He said
Well, Shotty ain't
Schottenheimer.
we don't even know what he does.
I really don't, bro. He just holds his clipboard or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
He ain't calling plays. He ain't doing nothing. So, bro, it's literally McCarthy. Somebody need to sit him down and be like, you need to understand situational football, bro. Like, you need to go meet with Garrett because Garrett had great situational football fucking mind. So, hey, Garrett ran the ball, bro.
Garrett is gone though. Let that man leave. He don't need no. Don't even bring that man up no more. Red Jesus. We don't need that shit.
Back.
We don't need that shit.
Red rifle, bro.
Mr. Clap.
The
We don't need that.
on the fucking sideline. No,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Y'all so
Hey.
angry about Red Jesus.
Hey, man.
Hey, real quick, guys. What did you think about the halftime ceremony of inducting Jimmy Johnson into the Ring of Honor? I mentioned it in the chat, man. I kind of teared up. Like it just, I got a little emotional, bro.
Can I be real for a second?
Long overdue.
Be real, son.
Be real, son.
How in the hell did DeMarcus Ware get in before him?
Bro, it was friction between Jerry and Jimmy.
It's
That's
all
what it
personal. That's Jerry's. It's Jerry's playground. He's got the toys.
I get that and I understand it. However, DeMarcus Ware never won a Super Bowl.
He did with Denver.
Not with us.
He just said he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Not with us. Not with Dallas.
And the thing is Jerry let DeMarcus go to Denver because he knew that was a better chance to win a Super Bowl.
That's fine.
Peyton.
Hey, go in their Ring of Honor. Don't go in before our glorious coach that brought 3 Super Bowls here. That's crazy. It's wild to me.
That's the thing that Jerry has control over that. So Jerry gets to say as to who's in and who's not. And for a long time, it was, and everybody, it's common knowledge now at this point, especially for Cowboy fans. Everybody knows that there was some sort of friction between Jerry and Jimmy for a long, long time. And I think they even mentioned it in the broadcast where I think Joe Buck was commenting on the fact that Troy Aikman kind of played that middle party between Jerry and Jimmy to kind of make them coalesce and make them come together and make the decision and be like, hey, we did this together. And I think that's why Jimmy even gave him a shout out when he was accepting it, as far as, if it wasn't for Jerry Jones, I wouldn't be here. And if we worked together and we did this and that. At the end of the day, as Cowboy fans, we all know Jimmy was the one calling the shots during that time. Jimmy was the one that made all the decisions. Jimmy did what he had to do in order for us to have the triplets, to have our 3 Super Bowls.
Hey, but he still had to get final approval from Jerry.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest hang up. That's where all the friction came from was Jerry was like, I want the credit because I'm the owner. I'm the GM. Like none of that gets approved unless I make the final call. Yeah,
pretty much.
I'm in charge from socks to jocks. Jerry said that, bro. And the thing is, it's like, bro, it don't matter who the hell you want to give the credit to. We're winning Super Bowls. We could have been the Patriots of the 90s. Easy.
Yeah.
but
Easy.
they couldn't get it together. And you know, what I like was Jimmy Johnson. He didn't say it in a mean way, but he told him the truth. He was like, y'all wasn't shit
Yeah.
until we got here, and then we started
Yeah.
winning. You know what I'm saying? But he told them y'all wasn't shit when y'all was 1-15 and all that. So I remember those bad years, those down years.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, bro, still keeping it a buck with his players, and his players love it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we need. We need a hard ass like Jimmy here. But today's players, they ain't
That ain't
about
what,
that
that
life.
ain't what you want. You want him
Exactly.
McCarthy, bro.
The crazy thing is to me, Jimmy and Jerry were teammates back in college. So it's like
At Arkansas,
yeah, like y'all were, come on, what the hell is really going on? First of all, but when I saw D Ware standing up there, and I was like, how in the did he get in before Jimmy? But
Politics, bro.
like y'all said, politics is.
it's Jerry's call, bro. Jerry said that's
Yep.
what I want, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yep. He owns the
So-
team, so he gets to say so. He gets the final. Yep, he can go in.
I
Nope,
get that,
he
but
can't go
swallow
in.
your goddamn pride, bro. We ain't done shit in almost 30
Bro.
years, bro.
Bro, if you know
Hey, man.
Jerry Jones, especially Jerry Jones, the way that he is, and we've talked about this many times on the podcast, is even when it comes to the draft, he wants to be the guy that says the reason why we have this player and the reason why this player is so great is because I picked him. It
yeah,
was
that's
my
how
pick.
we don't pick nobody up in free agency.
Yeah,
Because Jerry's like, I like our guys.
And
I did this.
that's why we don't have
Develop our talent.
that's why we don't have any more Super Bowls either.
Exactly. But make them understand that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we thank y'all for joining us on this
Anywho,
Dallas Cowboys Victory Saturday. Man,
Let's
that
go,
sounds
baby.
so weird, right?
by the way,
So-
the Monday night graphics on the game tonight threw me off. I was like,
Man.
You weren't the only one, bro. Trust me. I was
hey,
like, hold up. Is it
when
Monday
Scott Van
today?
Pelt was like, we're gonna throw it to our Saturday night, Monday night football. I was like, what? Like, just it was crazy. But Saturday game, we're done, man. Now we get to relax and enjoy whatever games you guys want to watch for the rest of the weekend. I don't really watch other football teams like that. I might check out the Eagles to see what they do, but anywho, again, thank y'all for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe. We really do appreciate all the interactions, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.